They were supposed to be friends, not just acquaintances, not just fellow players who nod at each other in the locker room. Friends, real friends, the kind of friends who celebrate each other's victories, who console each other after losses, who post supportive comments on Instagram, and mean them. For years, that is what fans believed between Coco Gauff and Alex Eala, the two young stars, both in their early 20s, both carrying the hopes of their nations, both rising through the WTA ranks at the same time. They trained together as juniors, they played doubles together, they hugged at the net after matches. They seemed inseparable. But something has changed, something that fans have started noticing. Little things at first, a missed interaction in the players' lounge, a lack of social media engagement, a cold handshake after a match instead of a warm embrace. Then bigger things, a comment from Gauff that some interpreted as a slight, a response from Eala that seemed pointed. And now the tennis world is buzzing. Is there tension between Coco Gauff and Alex Eala? Are the two former friends now rivals in a way that goes beyond the tennis court? Or are fans reading too much into nothing? Today on TopSpin, we are going to look at the evidence, examine the facts, and give you the most balanced, fair, and respectful analysis of this developing story. Because wherever the truth lies, one thing is clear: the fans are watching, and they are talking. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Before we talk about tension, we need to talk about what came before, because the friendship between Coco Gauff and Alex Eala was genuinely one of the most heartwarming stories on the WTA Tour. Two young women from completely different backgrounds, brought together by their love for tennis and their experiences as rising stars. Coco Gauff, the American prodigy who burst onto the scene at 15 by beating Venus Williams at Wimbledon. She grew up in Florida, trained at Moratoglu Academy, and has been in the spotlight since she was a teenager. Alex Eala, the Filipina trailblazer who moved to Spain to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy, climbed the rankings quietly and only recently became a household name. On the surface, they seemed different, but they connected as juniors. They played doubles together at the Junior Davis Cup and Junior Fed Cup events. They bonded over the pressure of being young, of being expected to carry their country's hopes, of being watched and judged at an age when most teenagers are worrying about homework and dating. Their friendship was public. They posted photos together on Instagram. They did joint interviews. At the 2025 US Open, when Eala won her first Grand Slam main draw match, Gauff was one of the first people to congratulate her. At the 2025 Miami Open, when Gauff made the semifinals, Eala posted a story saying, "So proud of my friend." Fans loved it. They called them the future finals duo. They imagined a rivalry that would define women's tennis for the next decade, but a rivalry built on mutual respect and genuine friendship. It was wholesome, it was refreshing, and it made people believe that sports could still be about sportsmanship and camaraderie, not just competition and conflict. That is why the recent tension, whether real or imagined, has hit fans so hard, because they invested in this friendship, they believed in it, and if it's cracking, they want to know why.
Let us get into the specifics. What exactly have fans noticed? Because the tension, if it exists, has not been confirmed by either player. There have been no public arguments, no dramatic statements, no deleted tweets. Instead, the evidence is circumstantial, but when you put the pieces together, a picture begins to emerge. Sign number 1, the social media silence. Until recently, Gauff and Eala interacted regularly on social media. They liked each other's posts, they commented with heart emojis, they reposted each other's stories. That has stopped. Go back through their Instagram feeds. The last interaction between them was over 2 months ago. That might mean nothing. Social media habits change, players get busy, but fans who track these things have noticed the silence, and they are asking why. Sign number 2, the cold handshake. At the recent Birmingham Classic, Gauff and Eala were on opposite sides of the draw. They did not play each other, but they crossed paths in the players' lounge. A fan who was in attendance posted on Reddit that the exchange between them was noticeably cold. According to the fan, Gauff walked past Eala without making eye contact. Eala looked down at her phone. It was a brief moment, less than 5 seconds, but it felt off. The post gained thousands of upvotes. Other fans chimed in with similar observations from other tournaments. Sign number 3, the cryptic interview. In a post-match press conference after her quarterfinal win in Birmingham, Coco Gauff was asked about the rising stars on tour. She mentioned several players by name: Linda Noskova, Mira Andreeva, Iva Jovic. She did not mention Alex Eala. When a reporter specifically asked about Eala, Gauff paused, then said, quote, "She is a great player. I wish her the best," end quote. That is not a negative comment. It is perfectly polite, but compared to how Gauff used to talk about Eala with enthusiasm and warmth, it felt different. Distant, professional in a way that used to be personal. Sign number 4, Eala's response. In a separate interview, Eala was asked about her relationships with other players on tour. She said, quote, "I have made some wonderful friends on the WTA tour. I am grateful for the support system I have. My focus, though, is on my tennis. That is what matters most." End quote. Again, nothing negative, but notice what she did not say. She did not mention Gauff by name. She did not say Coco is a great friend. She kept it general, vague, safe. Taken together, these signs have led fans to speculate that something has changed, but speculation is not evidence, and without confirmation from either player, we have to be careful about jumping to conclusions.
If there is tension between Coco Gauff and Eala, what could have caused it? Let us be very clear. This section is speculation. We do not know the truth. The players have not spoken publicly about any issues, so take these theories with a grain of salt. They are based on common sources of tension in professional sports, not on insider information. Theory number 1. Competition. Gauff and Eala are both rising stars. They are both ranked in the top 30. They are both competing for the same titles, the same rankings, the same sponsorships. In any sport, when friends become direct competitors, tension can arise. It is natural. It is human. It does not mean they hate each other. It just means that the dynamic has shifted. What was once a friendship between a star and an underdog is now a rivalry between two equals. That changes things. Theory number 2, a misunderstanding. Athletes are human. They have bad days. They misinterpret texts. They say things they do not mean. It is possible that something happened between Gauff and Eala that was minor, but that got blown out of proportion. A misunderstood comment, a missed phone call, a social media post that was not intended as a slight, but was taken as one. These things happen, and in the pressure cooker of professional tennis, they can fester. Theory number 3, outside influences. Coaches, agents, and family members can sometimes create tension between players. Maybe someone from Gauff's camp said something about Eala that got back to her. Maybe someone from Eala's camp advised her to distance herself from Gauff for branding reasons. These outside voices can drive wedges between friends, even when the friends themselves have no problem with each other. Theory number 4, nothing is wrong. This is the most likely theory. Fans are reading too much into nothing. The social media silence is because they're both busy. The cold handshake was because one of them was tired or distracted. The interviews were vague because they were focused on their matches, not on their friendships. In other words, the tension exists only in the minds of fans who want drama. This happens all the time in sports. Fans see patterns that are not there. They create narratives that have no basis in reality. It is possible that Gauff and Eala are still friends, still supportive of each other, and simply living their lives without thinking about how their every interaction is being dissected online. Without confirmation from either player, we have to leave all theories on the table, including the theory that there is no tension at all. Regardless of whether the tension is real or imagined, the fans have reacted, and their reactions have been intense. Social media is awash with opinions, theories, and emotions. Some fans are disappointed. They invested in the Gauff-Eala friendship. They loved seeing two young stars support each other. The idea that something has come between them feels like a loss. A fan on Twitter wrote, quote, "I used to love watching Coco and Alex together. They seemed so genuine. If they are not friends anymore, that really makes me sad." End quote. Other fans are defensive. They have chosen sides. Some are Team Gauff, arguing that Alex is the one who changed. Some are Team Eala, arguing that Gauff has been cold and dismissive. These fans are not just observing the tension, they are participating in it. They are adding fuel to the fire. A fan on Reddit wrote, quote, "Coco has always been jealous of Alex. Ever since Alex won Birmingham, Coco has been acting weird." End quote. Another fan responded, quote, "That is nonsense. Alex is the one who stopped interacting with Coco first. Go back and check the timelines." End quote. The debates are heated, the emotions are real, and the drama, whether real or manufactured, is driving engagement. Some fans, however, are taking a more mature approach. They are urging caution. They are reminding people that athletes are human, that friendships have ups and downs, and that social media is not real life. A thoughtful fan posted, quote, "Maybe they had a disagreement. Maybe they are just busy. Maybe nothing is wrong. We do not know, so stop spreading rumors and let them live their lives." End quote. That is the voice of reason, and in the chaos of online fandom, it is desperately needed. Let us end this video with clarity, because in a sea of speculation, facts matter. Here is what we know. Coco Gauff and Eala were friends. They publicly supported each other. They have not publicly interacted in recent weeks. Fans have noticed changes in their behavior. That is it. That is all we know. We do not know why. We do not know if there is conflict. We do not know if they are still friends in private. We do not know anything beyond what we have observed from the outside. Here is what we do not know. We do not know if there has been an argument. We do not know if there was a specific incident. We do not know if they have talked about it. We do not know if they are avoiding each other or just busy. We do not know if the tension is real or imagined. We do not know anything that has not been publicly confirmed. And that is important to remember, because in the age of social media, it is easy to confuse speculation with fact. It is easy to take a cold handshake and build an entire narrative around it. But narratives are not truth. They are stories we tell ourselves to make sense of the world. The most responsible position is to wait, to give Gauff and Eala space, to trust that if there is an issue, they will address it, or they will not. Either way, it is their business, not ours. We can observe, we can discuss, but we should not assume, we should not attack, and we should not take sides based on incomplete information. Coco Gauff and Eala are both extraordinary athletes. They are both role models. They are both deserving of our respect, whether they are friends or not. The tension, if it exists, is between them. Let them handle it. Our job is to watch, to support, and to remember that athletes are human beings with private lives that we do not have a right to dissect. So here is where we leave you. Fans have started noticing tension. That is a fact. What that tension means is not a fact. It is a mystery. And until more information emerges, the mystery remains unsolved. We will continue to watch, we will continue to report, and we will continue to respect the privacy of the players who entertain us. Because without them, there is no game, and without the game, there is nothing to talk about. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.